Hello and welcome back to In His Shadow, Chapter 2. Our 2012 boys get to see a version of Splinter that is slowly dying. Leo doesn't know if that is worse than seeing the broken one. They waited a full week before daring to look again. After seeing Splinter broken by another world's Rat King, Leo told himself he could handle anything. But the memory gnawed at him, a constant ache, how even searching for hope could turn into a new kind of suffering. He wondered, sometimes, if somewhere out there, another Leo was watching his own failure play out. He hoped not. He hoped at least one version of them had managed to save their father. Still, the compulsion lingered. Seeing Splinter on any screen, even twisted, was a balm and a wound. The desperate hope of connection had become an addiction. Even after that nightmare, they had wanted to try again. Because April was right. This endless holding pattern of grief and anger was eating them alive. They had to do something, anything, even if it meant breaking their own hearts again. So when Leo found Mikey in the kitchen, clumsily making one of his infamous popcorn, peanut butter, and sprinkled bowls, with Raph mock scolding, but still sneaking bites, it almost felt like a sliver of the old days. Mikey was making food again. Raph was teasing him. For a moment they weren't just ghosts. Leo met their eyes. Together? A silent nod from each. Donnie flicked on the viewing window, and the screen shivered to life. At first there was confusion. Was this really Splinter? The figure was hunched, older than their own father had ever looked. The turtles in this universe looked older too. Grown turtles, maybe even older than Leo had ever imagined himself being. For a fleeting second, Leo felt hope. Maybe this was what they could have had if things hadn't gone so wrong. An old, loved Splinter. But that hope curdled quickly into dread as the truth set in. This Splinter moved with pain. The staff he leaned on trembled in his grip. When he sat on the tatami mat, there was a faint hiss of breath, a tremor in his paws, a curve in his spine that spoke of too many burdens carried for too long. Leo saw the other version of himself notice it too, the way this Splinter's body was slowly betraying him. A cough rattled that Splinter's chest. The Donnie on screen flinched. There, Donnie flinched. That doesn't sound good. On screen, their other self asked, "Can it be fixed?" Donnie's counterpart shook his head, voice brittle. "On a mutant rat? There's no textbook for this. His body's reverting. It can't sustain what the mutagen did. It's all breaking down." Mikey's voice from the screen was small and lost. "What are we going to do without him?" No one in the room had an answer. They already knew. You fell apart. They watched as that Splinter fell asleep during training. How he needed help just to sit down. How Raph, unable to bear the sight, started disappearing for longer and longer stretches. How that Donnie tried to fix what couldn't be fixed. How that Mikey tried to make it a game. VIP escort coming through! And how that Leo, or any Leo in any universe, tried to be strong. The staff became a cane. The cane became a walker. "I refuse," that Splinter said. But that version of Donnie gently insisted. "It is not surrender, it's adaptation. You taught us that." That Mikey decorated the walker with silly drawings and flowers. That Splinter's smile was soft, but his grip on Mikey's hand was tighter. That Splinter's world shrank to a chair, a hallway, the reach of a cup of tea. When that Splinter could no longer see as well, the other Mikey took him to the lair's entrance at sunrise and painted the sky with words. That Splinter listened, head tilted, a soft smile on his face, like he could see it in his mind. "Leonardo, you carry too much on your shoulders." that Splinter said, and Leo's own eyes stung. He never realized how much their Splinter had carried too. The diapers came next. The indignity of it made Leo want to punch a wall, but that Splinter only smiled, voice almost gone. The body is a vessel. It changes. It fails. It is not who we are. Leo wept openly. Mikey's hand found his, squeezing tight. Would he have been able to give their Splinter this? Could he have watched the slow loss of everything but love and called it enough? They watched as this Splinter told stories of Japan, of the Hamato clan, of 4 tiny trusting eyes blinking up at him for the first time. They watched as his walker gathered dust, as his world faded to a single chair, as conversations shrank to whispers of memory and love. And then the funeral. A song played, gentle and aching. It's not goodbye forever, it's fairly well. May we be together again someday. Leo couldn't stop the tears. He saw Raph's face crumple, saw even Donnie's hands shaking. Mikey sobbed, clutching Leo's arm like a lifetime. Until then, goodbye, friend. Save a seat for me beyond those pearly gates. And though my heart aches, I'll say so long. I'll stay strong. But Leo wasn't strong. Not really. Not now. Not without him. It's not goodbye forever. It's till we meet again. Though I miss you so, I know it was time to go. I'll hold our love in my heart each day we're apart. And when I'm through, I'll be seeing you. As an older April stepped up to the memorial, Leo could barely see through the blur of his own tears. He was not my father, she said, voice trembling, and yet he treated me as one of his own. I cannot say where I would be without him, and without the sons he raised to be such fine warriors, and even finer men. We all miss you, Splinter. The boys in the lair didn't even try to be quiet. The sobs came in waves. Mikey's high and broken, Raph's rough and choked, Donnie's silent but shuddering, Leo's deep and unending. Finally, Leo reached out and turned off the viewer with shaking hands. They huddled together, grief raw and open, and for once let themselves feel every inch of the loss. There were no words, only the ache of love and longing and the hope that maybe, somehow, goodbye wasn't forever after all. And that's the end of that chapter. The notes say the source for this one that they see is archiveofourown.org/works/792333711. Thank you very much, and I hope my singing didn't terrify you for life. And we'll see you in the next one.